it right, always. You are watching Sunshine TV. Sunshine, doing it right, always. T Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. T Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. T Vibes, proudly brought to you by Adika Zambia. T Vibes, proudly brought to you by Adika Zambia.
A beautiful Tuesday it is, and you know what we do every Tuesday? We bring you therapeutic vibes on T Vibes on Sunshine Studios. And a happy Youth Day to every youth out there. And for those of us that are past that stage, graduated, happy Youth Day to us, because we are still youthful at heart. We are glad that you could join us for this program today, and we are talking moral decay among us youths. So we are asking, are youths really ready for leadership with the kind of attitudes, character, dress code, name it, that we are seeing around? And I am glad to be joined by two youths today. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And happy Youth Day to you.
Thanks. We wish we could say same, but you have told us you have passed. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So we are talking moral decay today among us youths. But before we just dive deeper into the subject, let me just hear how celebrations went on today with you guys. Esther, ladies first.
Thank you so much. The day was tiresome, I should say, stressful, but again, very active. The youths were so participative in town, and they're still marching around, looking for things to motivate themselves, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really beautiful to see youths participating in the activity today. It was really beautiful.
Great. Awesome. Benjamin.
Yeah, the day has been exciting, and just like T Vibes, the day has been giving us vibes, and
Great.
we are very grateful that we have such a day. And yeah.
So growing up, I think there's something that we have always been hearing around. Youths are future leaders, but after some time, we started hearing people, or we hear of people saying, you are already leaders, so you don't wait for tomorrow. You are leaders already, and walking just more into what leadership entails. So can we safely say youths are ready for leadership when we look at the moral values that we are seeing around, both just in our communities where we are coming from, and also just on social media, because we know social media has just taken over people's lives. People actually live on social media more than they live with people around. So can we safely say youths around are ready
for leadership?
Readiness, depending on the youth in particular. Some are ready and some are not. How you are living your life today determines how you're going to lead the people in future. So how majority of the youth are displaying themselves, how they're living itself. As a youth personally, I should say some of them are not ready. But for the ones who are mature, who are making examples out of nothing, I think I should say those are showing promising futures.
Promising futures.
Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin, your take on the readiness among us young people for leadership?
I would say I think we are moving into the right direction, I might say. Looking at where we're coming from and how life has taught us to do things. Life has taught us to say at the age of 16, 17, you must be done with school. At the age of this, you must be married. And then this time around, we're able to see that youths are breaking records by, you could see a youth with maybe 25 years. That person has put his life already in order. So we might say youths are thinking ahead, and with this kind of thinking ahead, they are turning into leaders faster than our past youths, which are our fathers and the like. So I might say we are moving in the right direction. We might not say we have moved completely. We can say 30% has moved like that, and going forward, it's gonna be a very good and wonderful experience for the rest of the youths coming.
Okay, so I purposely decided to start with the second question on the topic, because that question is actually linked to the first statement that says moral decay among us youths. So are we defining moral decay as a gross reduction in morals or values? Can we say generally we still have good morals among us young people, or can we agree to the statement that there is moral decay among us young people?
The moral decay is there. It is there, and it's something that we cannot run away from, because from the way society has accepted certain dress codes and certain languages, I should say, the moral decay is there. It really is there. And we hope that the society would accept morality back, so that we can actually move better as we are innovative and growing. I believe society should as well consider the morals that we had.
Okay, Benjamin, do you agree that there is moral decay amongst young people?
Yeah. I do agree there is, and it's how can I put it? It's from, just like we are saying here, from the people ahead of us, or the people that we look up to. Let's say in 10 years from now, the youths that will be looking up to me, they are going to adapt the way I behave as the new norm from and go with that path. So hence such topics are very good. It's because if we can put a youth in the right place, it means that we can safeguard the future.
The future.
So now we can say the decay is there because most of the contribution is also coming from the people we are looking up to.
The people.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you trying to say there hasn't really been good examples, like youths, those that are youths now, those of you that are youths now, you don't have so much to admire, or this is what you are seeing, the things you're adapting? So are we saying those that have gone before the youths haven't set a very good example?
These days they have made the world to say it's a free world. You know, you're a youth, you can do anything that you want, and maybe I might do something wrong and I'm expecting my parents to scold me or my uncles, and then they say, hey, it's your life, you can do it. Even the Bible says enjoy your youth. And then I take that training, and I just put it across and say, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and then I go with that mentality. It means that even when I become an uncle, I become a parent, I'll also pass it on to my younger ones, my kids, to say this is okay, and hence we are seeing the moral decay in our society like now.
Okay, so let's just dissect this and break it down. Let's talk about some of the areas where we are seeing morals grossly going down.
Firstly, the society itself, and now it's brought online for
Yes.
the whole world to see how we do not value ourselves. Let's say. So basically, the society that we have, Africa itself had morals from time immemorial, but because of how we struggling and trying to reach up to the standards of the Western society, we have reduced our morals to, let's say, 10%, and now everyone out there has taken it to say morals are not important. Let's say they are something that you should hold as an opinion to yourself and something that you cannot bring out there, because these days when you tell somebody to say this is wrong, even though the whole Africa accept it, they will refuse, because it's a free world and literally anyone is allowed to do anything. So I feel from the society itself accepting other morals from other countries, other places, it has made that to be a rampant thing, that morals today have no value at all.
So what are some of those things? Because we may have a youth out there that may be listening to this, and maybe it could just be that one youth that has just adapted to these things or adopted these things. But then if we generalize them, somebody wouldn't know, because to someone who is into something, what they're doing seems right at the moment. So if we don't hit the nail on the head, it won't really be helpful to someone out there. So what are the areas that Africa has ditched and just picked up what
So-
we are calling?
So basically,
Basic
I know a
morals.
lot of people would debate this, but the first thing is dress code. The way we dress these days has totally shown us to say that there's no value in ourselves. Yes, we might value our character, but how we present ourselves through what we dress would give the person the first perception about who you are. So what I dress, if I'm exposing, sorry to everybody who feel offended, but we're hitting the nail on the head. So basically, if I show too much skin, I'm showing off my chest, too much of my thighs, again, back then would call you, sorry, but a prostitute, yeah? Just like that. But today, that is the dress code that has been adapted to. And then the other thing I should say is language. Today, insults have become something that is normal, that we are not even affected by it. The language that youths are using these days, it literally shows the person that, it literally shows anyone out there to say that I do not have morals. Because that self-respect and that respect for others as well has really gone down. That is what I should say. The rest, Mr. Benjamin can add.
Wanachimbusa pa TikTok watworking. So those are things that we can say a child with 10 years has a phone, and TikTok, the way it is, once you just open TikTok, every video pops. Now the people that are supposed to teach these morals in the community are the ones exposing these morals which are not good. Wanachimbusa watworking pa TikTok. You have elderly people that are dressing some type of way, just like she said. Someone who is just maybe older than my mother in a crop top, then they don't even mind whether the garment suits their body shape or what. They're just gonna go with it.
Go with it.
So it means that we are losing, as youths, we are losing respect. Then we have things like sugar daddies, sugar mummies. Once once a youth is exposed to that, when they come back, if someone who is younger than me by 5 or 10 years is involved with a man I'm calling my father, who is a way older than me, maybe by 20, when that person, then even these elderly ones, they'll be like, just call me Dennis. Don't call me.
They don't want to be addressed as
Just call me
uncle.
Dennis. And then when that person calls me Ben, I feel offended. I'm like, hey, my friend, can you put some respect? They'll be like, you, why? It starts from there. So, like I said, most of these things, it's the people that we are looking to that are giving us all these bad impressions, and also the discipline, that occurs in our household. It has changed. Like she has said, we have adapted the Western culture of saying you are grounded. Go to the naughty corner. To do what? Can you beat that child? Now, there are rights. Kids have rights nowadays. They can report you, they can do this and this, but still, just by using words, you're able to also to control your child and ensure that there's discipline there. We have visited homes where you're a visit, and you know how when you're a visitor, the way you behave at someone's house. So you'll be maybe seated like this, then this child comes and starts slapping you. No matter how young the child is, slaps. So you try to, dodge them, then the mother will be like, no, azali ramsazembe.
So we are saying that's where it starts from.
It's coming from all those angles, and we are making it like it's just normal. We can do that. I can insult somebody and they cannot do anything. So it's bad like that.
So can we safely say young people out there have not, I don't know if we can say they have not found their identity, or they have lost it? Which is which? Did they have it at some point and then lost it, or they haven't really discovered who they are? Because I think whatever you do with yourself, it's about how you perceive yourself.
When it comes to morals, we cannot say you can say I've found my identity or I lost it. I feel like just as a child, they tell you what to do. No wonder you're in the hands of your parents. They'll tell you to say insulting is not okay, this and this and this. So they tell you to say this is what you're supposed, or this is how you're supposed to behave, and this is how you're supposed to move. Sometimes our parents will do the right thing, but when we go out there to mingle with other friends and they like, we tend to shift from our parents' guideline to someone's guidelines of their parents, and we move like that. So I might not really say they have lost. It's just that maybe we are adapting wrong guidelines, mostly when we go out there to interact and mingle with other youths.
But then don't you think adapting to something, you first relate to how it's going to help you and who you want to be? So if, for example, I'm dressed in a certain way and I look at a person passing and I'm like, I would like to look like that. So you ask yourself, where will I be going look like that? Looking like that?
When it comes to that, I should say we don't know who to look up to.
Yeah.
We do not know who to look up to, and that is why we look so much to society. How would the society look at me? If I'm wearing a very long dress, I go out there, I would be seen as a person who does not know what life is. So what has society accepted about life? So basically, the people we look up to are the people who are misleading us, as he said. And then when it comes to losing it, I should just say we have lost it. Let's just put it that way. Let's not sugarcoat the matter here. We have lost it because the first thing is that we grew up with these things, and we have just chosen arrogantly to just let go of it because we do not want it.
All right. I keep that thought. We'll be coming back to it. We have a message from Apostle Innocent Wino, who is saying, I never learned moral decay in my school days. What does it mean? I'm going to hand over that one to Esther to explain moral decay so that our viewers out there really understand what we are talking about.
So decay in itself
Mhm.
is, if locally I should say kuonongeka,
Mhm.
literally degrading,
Yes.
I can say. So, and morals, we have learned morality to say these are beliefs and values that we hold. So, moral decay is literally the beliefs and values that we have going down. Going down, in fact, dying, so to say. So, that is what I can define moral decay as.
All right. So moral decay has been explained, and since you know the meaning, now you can relate to what we are seeing around amongst young people. Do we really agree that there is moral decay amongst youths? And then when we look at the behaviors, the language, the dress code, everything we are able to see amongst young people, can we safely say leadership, future leadership, is in safe hands? And at the beginning of the show, I had actually mentioned that now it has changed. Youths are no longer addressed as future leaders. They tell them they are leaders for now. Youth are the leaders today for the future. Yes. So if we are saying they are leaders today for the future, when we look at behaviors, dress code, language, everything that is being displayed, especially social media, because everybody is connected either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or the famous TikTok. So when we look at what young people are displaying out there, can we say the future is safe? Because we are saying it is already in their hands. So what were we talking about before we read that?
I think you had made a point where you say sometimes it takes a decision that I make to say, if I put on this, what are the end result if I move? Like, what am I going to achieve when and when you were saying that, I was like, oh, she's not speaking like a youth right now. She's able to think of like, but
Exactly.
youths just think of
Today.
now, today. If I put on this shoe, what's gonna happen? Exactly what is gonna happen is that I'm gonna rock, and everyone is gonna, this is good. I'm in an argument with an elder person. If I just tell her one word, everyone will be like, whoa, and then I'm gonna leave as the winner.
Sure.
So I'm not going to think of now the next, after that incident, after everything, what have I achieved? Has that elder person said good words to me? Now my future starts there. Is this the right thing that I should make? So as youths, no wonder we say we must just be properly guided. Once we miss that, no wonder we are losing it. So we must be in the right hands for us to move. As in terms of leadership, yes, we can say it is in safe hands, because it's not everyone who is like that. But we can say 3/4. We are not there. So
Okay.
there's a challenge. Yes.
So you mentioned, and I think both of you mentioned about how you are lacking people to look up to. On T Vibes, you're in safe hands. You have a graduated youth that you can look up to. But then we want to marry the two as we carry on with our discussion, because we are talking about moral decay, meaning morals are going down, they are dying. If something decays, it means it's dead, it's decomposed, and it just needs to be thrown away or done away with. But then we are marrying that with youths being ready for leadership. So if you say it's because youths don't have people to look up to, are we saying there is no one? Now, in order to answer that question, this question first goes to Esther. Do you have aspirations to be a leader one day?
Well,
And
yes.
at what level?
Not really politics,
Mhm.
but I want to be that person who young ladies, young girls, young men and women out there are able to look up to and say, okay, there's something good to life. There's something that I can do that can contribute positively to the society. So leadership, yes, it's going to be there, but not really politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Benjamin, any aspirations of leadership?
Let me say, I am a leader actually. I am.
Great.
Yeah, I am a leader. So I'm a leader in different things. Normal. Others have no idea that when you have visitors home, you must greet them, or when you have visitors, because they have just grown up in that environment where they can do that. And then when you tell them it's not right, who are you? Even my father told me I can do. So, morals, these bad morals, or these morals that our forefathers are calling bad morals, in the near future they will be called normal morals. And then we'll be like, no, we never lost our morals. So it's kind of tricky to what we call this is a good moral or bad moral and the like. It depends on the society where you're coming from. I can give an example where when we're in town, we can see a child yell at their mother or tell them nonsense. Where I'm standing, I would feel unsafe because in my mind I would think of what my mom would do in that moment. She wouldn't want to go home or what that moment.
There and there.
I'll be dazed. So it's that thing where you're like, oh, this is how it's going, and they're like, yeah.
Okay, great. I had actually posed a question regarding morality related to dating, courtship, and finally marriage. But we gotta take a short break. We'll be right back. Please don't go away. We also want to hear from you. So if you're logged in, please let us know where you are listening from, where you're watching from. And during this break, invite a youth to join in this conversation because it is their day. See you after the break.
Attention, taxi drivers of Livingston. Introducing the Adika Zambia Driver app. This app is your getaway to earning extra income. Join the Adika family today and start your journey towards financial freedom. 3% cashback instantly from every complete trip. Don't wait. Download from Google Play Store Adika Zambia Driver app. Adika, every mile with a smile. You are watching Sunshine TV. Sunshine, doing it right, always. T-Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T-Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. T-Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talk, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T-Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. T-Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T-Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. T-Vibes, every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's T-Vibes, only on Sunshine TV. Tea Vibes every Tuesday at 18 hours. Join the amazing LUNGU as she hosts different guests on the show and talks about cross-cutting issues that capture both a youthful and older audience. So be part of the fun as we bring you heated topics that spark up a variety of opinions and debates, all meant to educate, entertain, and give you that good vibe on a Tuesday evening. Make a date. It's Tea Vibes, only on Sunshine TV.
You are still watching Tea Vibes today, and I am joined by Benjamin and Esther, and we are talking moral decay among its young people. And the question is, are the youths ready for leadership? So just before we went on that break, I had posed a question to say, because Benjamin said sometimes something is deemed as normal within a family setup. So for someone who is outside that family, they are going to say that is bad. You can't say that. You can't call or address a person like that. Or it's not accepted by society. But the family feels it's okay. So as we carry on with the conversation, we are going to know, where do you draw a line between what is accepted as a family, what is deemed right or wrong by society? So what do you decide to go for, especially for a young person out there who is even aspiring to be a leader one day, because people will be looking up to you. So now we were talking about moral decay in relation to dating and courtship. Do you think young people are doing it the right way?
On my part, I feel it's a matter of personal identity. So if you get to know who you are, what you want, and who you want to become, I feel you would be able to set out rules and regulations that would manage or guide you. So this is where we're getting it wrong, because today we are influenced. What the world says is what goes. If I want to become a leader in the next future, I should follow what my heart tells me. If my heart tells me you should be respectful, you should be decent, people will be looking up to you, so you have to make sure that you start practicing it now, then I would be seen as a very boring person. But because of how we are compromising our personal beliefs and the social acceptance, it's where we're missing it as youths, because what I want and what the society is accepting are not going alike. So if I want to be a leader, then I should make sure that I do what the society wants. So now, what is the society bringing us today? Basically, I would call it rubbish, but because of the respect that I have, we're going to call it, how can I say this?
Call it as it is.
Reality. We're going to call it reality. So the battle between yourself, your morals, and what society brings is what is causing the decay. And when it comes to relationships, again, I don't think somebody else should come and give you.
Can I cut you?
I can see Benjamin is very
boiling inside.
Because I'm not agreeing with what you have said.
Oh.
No.
What is the disagreement?
Yeah, I think from what I heard, she said it's all about first of the decisions you make as a person, and you tell yourself to say, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna behave like this. Then what you have decided has to marry with what the society has given you. So sometimes the society is giving you trash, and then it's so I feel like you just have to strike a balance between the two, because if you are self-centered, it's quite okay with you, but remember you are living in the society and you need everyone around you, starting from someone you feel like this one is illiterate, this and this, but because they belong to a society, you would have to adjust your standards. I would give an example that is where we are going about relationships. Somebody posted saying, ladies, your standards are too high, see you at 30, right? So what I'm saying is this: I might have my own, like this is Benjamin. I want to be like this. I just want to be in my own circle without anyone. I don't want to say hi to anyone. No one should say hi to me. But the society says it's these same people that are going to help you. So, in as much as I can make rules and what, I just have to adapt to the society and find a way to fit in, because I'm already in the society. So if I say it's just up to me and the society is giving me rubbish, I feel like
that is why you're getting it wrong.
Yeah.
When I said it starts with personal identification. Number one, what is the goal that I want to achieve? So if I want to one day be a president, for example, I should make sure that the things around me are motivating me to reach. So when you give yourself a standard to say this is what I want to become, so I have to start disciplining myself, you understand? So if I want to reach a certain level in leadership, then definitely I have to surround myself along those roads. But if I want to, of course, just please the society, then I'll make sure that I don't do what is right, but I make sure that I give the society what they want. Of course, you have to.
Is it safe to tell you to withdraw the word saying the society is giving us rubbish?
Okay. That's why I said I know it would be wrong,
Yeah.
but let's call it reality. Yeah.
So, let me ask
No, it's
Benjamin
not
a
reality.
question. Are you saying society is giving right information and material and stuff to young people and are helping them prepare for the future?
If we are having youths that are doing great things, it means that they did not get it from just they're getting it from the society. If we tossed everything away, it means that we are not appreciating people that are finding times to create seminars to teach about morals and the like. Then it means like everyone will be like, we'll give up. So let's appreciate those that are still keeping our youths in the right path. I get your point when you say it's a personal decision and you make like this. Why I disagreed like this, it's because I know of a friend who they just told themselves to say, I don't give a damn about what anyone says. Me, it's about work and home. So you might make a personal decision in the positive way. There are other people that are making decision in a way which is positive to them but negative to the society. And everyone is like, if you have heard of a word where they say, "Just come on," and for sure that word comes true. The time you are in problems, everyone comes and says,
We do it.
ah.
But then
Yeah.
I would really like to understand what you're driving at. So, firstly, are we agreeing that morals among us young people have become bad?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But again, you're saying society is offering them.
They
Good.
have,
So-
they have.
So
big-
where are those bad morals coming from? Maybe it would be safe for us to discuss that if we have seen that there's a lot of moral decay among us young people. Young people have lost direction in how they dress, in how they speak, in terms of how they keep themselves. Not only for marriage, because I don't think people keep themselves for marriage only, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Benjamin, tell me what that facial expression
No. Like I said, these morals we are talking about here
Yes.
in Zambia specifically, they might be the ones that we are calling bad. They are okay in the UK. They are okay somewhere out
So
there.
you'd rather go to
Yeah.
UK?
Then go.
So now, no. My point being is, they are slowly coming down because one, we have found a place where we are able to connect as a world. People who are having those morals that we are not considering to be morals, and us, and then it's who has the influence, and we can see that the outside world there has more influence than we have here. So when we connect on social media, there are places that we look up to say, abandi bachitika, and then we are seeing how they are behaving and they like. Hence, we are having this decrease. Not saying that it's gone, no, So there are people fighting out there to keep at least even the 20% that is left so that it can go up. It has decreased, yes. We are not saying it hasn't, but we also want to give credit to the people that are still holding to that pillar, that we can continue moving like that.
So can we say, I would like you to help me just answer this question. So you are saying we have this place where the whole world meets,
Yeah.
which is social media. So is it possible to be influential enough without diverting a little bit from what our African values and traditions have perceived as good morals?
It starts small, I should say. So there are whites out there want to see what Africa has to give, what Zambia has to give. But if Zambia itself is changing what it has to what they have, they won't be too interested to see what it is because it's already happening. So I believe it starts small. I go out there and start influencing. There are those people out there who talk about Africa and the beauty of what we believe in.
Yeah.
That small audience would attract more audience. I believe it's somewhat, it's better than nothing.
It's that same audience that we are appreciating today.
Yes. So
The small audience.
yeah, there are people like my parents who would go on TikTok and then they see rubbish, immediately they scroll to something that they are really comfortable with, and that is where it starts from. So if there are people who still view what we have to give as Africa, I believe in time we will definitely catch an audience big enough to help at least one day to at least increase the morals that we had in Africa.
Okay. So in the dying minutes of the program, I would like us to just talk about things that would help young people really prepare for leadership. So as we discuss that, because you are young, and I believe there are things that are already working for you, and depending on who you look up to, what are some of the things that you're noticing to say when you go this way, you're able to become an influential person, you are likely to be in a good place for leadership and be able to change lives out there.
So
Being a Youth
firstly-
Day, so this is a message from young people to young people out there.
So number one, what people consider these days is money.
Yes.
But how we get that money is what is actually contributing to this moral decay. Personally, I need money. I know we need things as youths. And so what do? Instead of sitting down and waiting for somebody else to bring it to me, I go out there and look for it. Don't get me wrong here. I look for a job that would help me finance myself.
Yes.
So basically, the moment you have money, the moment you can finance yourself, there are people who would be saying, oh, it worked for Esther, let me look for a job as well. You look for it and that begins to work for you. So for me, it has worked, and it has actually connected me to actually a lot of people who have helped me grow and realize that there's more than just sitting at home and waiting for things to be done for you. It's better you get up as a youth, stand for what you believe in, and of course, we are a Christian nation, so we have that Christian background that we have, and let that guide you. And trust me, one day it will make sense, and the whole world will look at, oh, Esther Njenzo Sakira Tunchito, we thought Enzo Sobela Che, Venzo Vaupova. One day they would actually live to testify to say, okay, so this is what happened.
works.
Yeah, it does work.
Okay. Benjamin, your message to a youth out there in readiness for leadership.
I would say, first of all, find a mentor, and then find someone you look up to, a role model, not a wrong role model. Someone you feel, yeah, they are doing the right thing out there. Let's save that small community that has the morals that is defining Africa and move with it. As we are turning into parents as well, let's continue telling our kids about how they should live, because they say it takes a community or a village to raise a child. So let's keep on telling them the right thing they should do, make the right connections, be in the right place, because it's gonna save them and it's gonna save the entire community out there. So let's look out for those things and move in that direction.
Okay, so Esther talks about, as we wind up, so this is the last item, about going there, finding the right means of making money. So somebody once said, clean money na issue.
That's cheap.
You know? So as a youth, in the times where we are living in, where clean money na issue, but it's rough, what do you do as a young person out there? Do you keep trying, or you make little shortcuts here and there? Or what do you do?
Number one, always have a skill. It always acts as a backup plan. It's very encouraging to see how the government has put in skill development, which is really good. Have a skill, whether it's hair plaiting, girls will always want to look good. Some, even today, boys also want to look good with hair.
Just like
so,
my hair.
yes, just like your hair. So it starts from there. I work, again, I'm a makeup artist. And out of that, I'm also interested in designing. So what do? I connect to somebody who's designing. So I have, if this doesn't work for me, this other one will surely at least bring enough for perfume. Just like that, it keeps growing and growing. Find things that you're interested in, develop your skills, and definitely, one way or another, you'll get there.
Great. Benjamin, your last words. Clean money.
Clean money. Na ila cheap. But yeah, I think there's one thing I learned, and that was 2 years, and I'm still working on it. And that's a powerful word. Somebody told me to say, work on the spirit of connection. Connect yourself to almost everyone, so you don't know where the door might open. So when you connect yourself, what follows? The good morals. Because sometimes if you connect yourself and you don't have those morals, they will leave you. So let's have the morals, and then let's connect, as in let's be friendly to everyone. Who knows, the next day they will invite me, they'll give me a job at T Vibes. So I'm connecting right now. So let's connect out there as youths. It's gonna save us, it's gonna save our children because of that connection that you have.
All right. It has been an interesting talk with the two youths here who are saying, even in the midst of moral decay, you can stand out and be different as a young person. And I have a good friend of mine, Mishek. I could see he was following the program. There's one word that he always uses: connection. Get the right connections, and you will get there. Thank you for being a part of T Vibes today. We meet right here next week, same time, same place, different topic, but interesting and therapeutic as usual. On behalf of my producer, Mr. Gani Bernard, and on behalf of the sound engineer, Clarence Molani, from all of us here at the studio, it's goodbye and God bless.
Attention, taxi drivers of Livingston. Introducing the Adika Zambia Driver app. This app is your getaway to earning extra income. Join the Adika family today and start your journey towards financial freedom.